Hey friends! So, last month we did a huge wrap-up video at the end of the month of everything I read the entire month. But I think starting now, we're gonna start doing a wrap-up every 2 weeks. It'll be less painful. And yeah, so let's just dive right in. So, the month of February has not been my month for reading. Don't get me wrong, I've read quite a few books, and I'm doing really good on the TBR that we set up. But the quality of these books, most of them are 2-star books, which is not good. And there's a DNF that really surprised me. And then there's one 5-star book, which almost redeemed me into reading. But then I got sucked into 2-star books again. So let's just start with the first book I read this month. It was for the Futurathon on Instagram. And I had to pick a love story. So I picked No Love Allowed by Kate Evan Glatsky, and I'm very sorry if I butchered that. I'm sure I did. But I gave it 2 stars, and I gave it 2 stars because it was fake love. And I'm learning very quickly that I don't like fake love trope. Sorry. Which is weird because in the movies, I love the fake love trope. But I have yet to find a good fake love trope book. So if you have any suggestions for fake love that is done really well in the books, comment down below, because I would love to read a good fake romance novel. It's about freaking time. The next one was also for the Fortune Teller Readathon. It was one that I predicted would have a great villain. It's called Peagus, the Flame of Olympus by Kate O'Hearn. And it's a middle grade novel about Pegasus. He gets injured and ends up on this girl's roof. And so her and her friends have to help heal him so that he can go back to his world. And I gave it 3 stars. It's very cute. It's written very well, but it's not my type of thing. I just couldn't get sucked in. So, it was okay, It just wasn't for me. It was a good book. It just wasn't for me. The next one is actually an arc that I have. So it comes out in March. If I Never Met You by Maher McFarlane. Harry McFarlane. I'm very sorry if I butchered that name again. This one is yet again fake love. Haven't found a good fake love book or one that I enjoy. And it takes place in like the office type setting. So it's like a workplace fake love romance. And I gave it 2 stars. I did not enjoy it that much. And then I finally redeemed myself with a 5-star book. And it was not one that was even on my TBR for February. It was just a short book, short book, that looked really good on my shelf, and I just had to mood read it, and am I glad I did, because it's the only 5 stars on here. After the Death of Anna Gonzales. So I'm not going to give you any spoilers, because this says on the back, it says teen suicide, okay? But this is poetry from 47 different people who her suicide impacted. And it's After the Death of Anna Gonzales by Terry Fields. Terry Fields is a teacher in Phoenix, Arizona, and she wrote this book to help her students. That's all I know. But it's 47 different people, from different faculty members to different students, and it's the reaction to her suicide. And some of them are super brokenhearted because they were friends, or they thought they were friends, and then some are like, well, I didn't really know her. I don't care. And others were like, I didn't know her very well, but I wish she would have talked to someone, even talked to me, because suicide shouldn't be a thing that happened. I can't believe a classmate of mine committed suicide. And it was just very touching, very powerful, and it was so good. And honestly, it's such an easy read because, well, one thing, it's short. Another is, it's poetry. So it's like, it's very easy to get lost in it. And I actually read this book twice in the same night because it was so good. And it was so powerful. That's all I can say. Then we went from a 5-star down to a DNF. And this DNF is probably going to surprise you if you follow my channel. So last month I read Obsidian, part of the first in Luck's Beginnings trilogy by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And my crazy butt thought, hey, let's read the second one, which is Onyx by Jennifer Armentrout. And I absolutely hated it. I only read 25% of the book, approximately. And it was all about freaking dreaming of making out with the alien boy who is rude to you anyway. Like, one day you guys are boyfriend, girlfriend, the next day he treats you like a freaking jerk. And he's like a controlling, just a controlling monster. And honestly, I'm just over it. I didn't care. I didn't like the second one, which is sad because the first one was a 5-star read for me. Yeah, and I was so excited to read the next one. Then, the only audiobook in February thus far was my first ever Agatha Christie book. It was a 4-star book. It was a solid book. It was Sleeping Murderer. It was mystery. It was thrilling. It was suspenseful. And it made me hold my breath for a minute. And it was so good. You're trying to put the pieces together as you read. And it was so good. It was 4 stars. Definitely makes me want to read some more Agatha Christie. And then the next one I read, I don't actually have my physical copy. It's in my locker at school. But I had to read a book others hate, but I think I'll like. And I picked Pursuit of Heartbreak Hotel, which I didn't know anything about. I just knew that it was only rated 2.7 stars on Goodreads. And so I was like, I'm in it. I got this. So it was like this teenager is lesbian and she loves her best friend, but her best friend moved away, and then her best friend comes back, and I honestly can't even really tell you much more than that because I read it, but I don't care. I lost it. It was not well written or anything. It was 2 stars for me. And I'm just over it. Oh, I'm sorry, Biffy. Sorry, she's right here. This is Bella. But today I started and finished a book at work. So, this is an ARC that I received, Who Rescued Who by Victoria Schade. I wanted to love this, okay? I really wanted to love it because look at that freaking dog. Adorable little girl, right? She's so beautiful. So, this was more of a romance, which is strike one. I haven't been feeling romances, and this one just didn't do it for me. I did end up giving this whole book 3 stars because the dogs and the dog scenes make up for it a little bit. But it was very romancy. And also something that really bothered me was that this dog is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. She's so cute. I get lost in her eyes. Her big brown dog eyes. But there is part of this book that describes in detail what this dog looks like. And this dog does not look like this dog. They don't match. Not to say that this is not an adorable doggy, but if you're going to put a description of someone or something that is a huge part of this book, make them match. Like, if you're going to have a picture of them and a description, make them match. And this did not match. So that really irked me. And I loved part of this book and I hated the other part. That's why it got 3 stars for me. It was well written, a lot of dialogue, which you guys know I don't love the dialogue. I know some stories have to have quite a bit of dialogue, but this is so dialogue heavy. And it's not, I thought it was going to be like a Marley and Me type story, you know, heartbreaking, and the dog was going to save her life. But it was really just about this down on her luck woman who finds a puppy who she hates, and then she learns to love him, and then she finds her love. Yeah. I don't know. It was okay. I won't be reading it again. I'm going to try and trade it in, actually. I'm going to try and trade in all those books, actually. So, yeah. That is the start of my reading month, February. It's not going so good. I mean, I wish I could find more books like this one, because this was so freaking good. I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. But the rest, like 2 stars, that's all I'm getting this month. They're 2-star reads. And then I have read a few chapters of this. I'm reading The I-5 Killer by Anne Rule super slow because it's true crime. And usually I read at night when I'm alone or right before bed. And I'm just paranoid. I start staring at my door and I'm like, oh my God, what if someone like breaks in right now? So it's going by very slow. Then for the Future-a-thon, a book I thought I would love was Dreamfall by Amy Plum. I love it so far. I'm about halfway through, little less than halfway through. And I really like this. However, it's taking a turn that I'm not sure I'm going to continue to like. So I'm trying to savor it while I like it. And everything. Hi. But as of right now, I'm loving it. I'm going to finish it this month. And the last one was a 5-star prediction. It was Future-a-thon, and it was just a 5-star prediction. So, Wrong in All the Right Ways by Tiffany Brownlee. So this one I'm about a quarter of the way through. And I hate it. I hate it, guys. So I was thinking it was going to be like Braylee from the Fosters, you know, Callie and Brandon. And my heart was just aching for a love story like theirs. And no. I can't even with this book. I thought it would be a 5-star book, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a DNF from me. I know. It's just I'll go into more detail about it later because I just can't right now. It's just no. So, yeah. You see how my reading month's going. But thank you for stopping by. Leave in the comments down below if there's any fake love stories that are actually good that I should try. And just, you know, leave me anything. I'll reply to every message, every comment. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel where me and Bella are always going to be doing videos. Well, she's not in all of them if I'm being honest, but she likes to sit on my lap. So I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.